Oh my god, can we just take a minute? Because I am literally shaking my head at the screen right now. I just finished reading the spoilers for this Friday's episode of General Hospital, and I need to scream into the void, or at least to you guys, because what in the absolute world is happening in Port Charles? I'm serious. Can we talk about this? Because I feel like I'm watching a fever dream. First of all, Friday, February 27 is shaping up to be one of those episodes where you just stare at the TV with your mouth open, half laughing and half horrified. I'm talking about Willow Kane. Saint Willow. The woman who used to faint if the wind blew too hard is now apparently running a one-woman prison for her husband while simultaneously being groomed for Congress. I mean, are you kidding me? Okay, let me back up because I'm already spiraling and I haven't even gotten to the Laura part yet. So the spoilers are saying that Willow is going to be backed into a corner on Friday. And honestly, good. She deserves to be in a corner. She deserves to be in a whole box at this point. I know. I used to love Willow. Back when she was the brave teacher protecting Wiley, I was Team Willow all the way. But this version of her, this Dark Willow, or whatever the writers are trying to do, it is wild. We've got Laura Collins, our beloved mayor, the legacy character to end all legacy characters preparing for this massive press conference. And guess who crashes the party? Ezra Boyle. You know, Jen Sidwell's creepy lackey. He shows up and basically tells Laura, hey, you know that recommendation you were going to make for Drew's replacement? Yeah, change it. And here is where I lose my mind. Ezra is going to insist that Laura recommends Willow for the Congress seat instead of Alexis Davis. Willow Kane for Congress. I can't. I literally cannot. Alexis Davis is a lawyer. She's been a staple of this town's legal system for decades, even if she's disbarred every other Tuesday, but still. She knows the law. She knows politics. She's messy, sure, but she's qualified. Willow. Willow is a nurse who is currently committing a felony by keeping Drew Kane drugged and locked away. And we're supposed to believe she's the political future of Port Charles. I mean, I get it, it's a soap. We suspend disbelief. But Laura getting strong-armed by Sidwell's goons into endorsing Willow is just... wow. Ezra is going to tell Laura that they're in the same boat, and that she has to do what Sidwell says, or else. And because Sidwell has that blackmail material on Laura, which, by the way, I am still dying to know the full extent of, Laura is actually going to do it. Can you imagine the look on Alexis's face? The spoilers say Alexis is going to be caught off guard, and yeah, no kidding. Imagine you're Alexis, you're thinking, finally, I can get back into the public sphere, do some good. And then your friend Laura stands up at the podium and says, actually, I think the best person for this job is the lady who looks like she's constantly on the verge of a panic attack. I'm sorry, but this is hilarious. And tragic. But mostly hilarious. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about Willow's reaction to this, because this is where the corner comes in. Willow isn't stupid, well, debatable lately, but she's not totally clueless. She knows she's not qualified. Plus, she has a very huge, very drugged problem sitting in her house named Drew. The spoilers say Willow tries to tell Sidwell she's not sure about this. She's like, maybe not, but Sidwell isn't hearing it. He's going to insist that refusing isn't an option. And then Willow gets spooked. She realizes that if she says no, Sidwell is going to retaliate. And we all know what that means. It means the house of cards comes tumbling down. Here's my issue though, how does Willow think she can pull this off? She needs to be home to give Drew his meds. You can't just shove a grown man into a long-term care facility when you're keeping him hostage because he knows your secrets. You have to be there. If she's running for Congress, kissing babies and shaking hands, who is watching Drew who is giving him the injections? Is she going to hire a nanny for her hostage? I swear the logistics of Willow's villain era are stressing me out more than the actual plot. It's like, girl, you didn't think this through. And now, you're gonna be Congresswoman Kane. I just can't wait to see her try to give a stump speech while checking her watch to see if Drew is waking up. But okay, let's pivot to the mob side of things because things are getting deadly over there. Jason Morgan and Sonny Corinthos. The boys are back in town. Or, well, they never left, but you know what I mean. Jason is making a vow to Sonny on Friday. He's telling him that the sooner this guy is dead, the better, referring to Ross Cullum. Now, I've been watching General Hospital since 2015, honestly. Way before that if I count the years I watched with my grandma, and I know when Jason Morgan makes a vow, people usually end up dead. But this feels different. We all know the rumors. We know Jason's exit is coming up this spring. So every time he says something like we need to wipe him off the map, I get this pit in my stomach. Is this the beginning of the end for Jason again? He's telling Sunny they need to take out Cullum and Sidwell, but they have to be careful because of the leverage over Laura. It's this tangled web where the mob stuff is actually affecting the political stuff, and for once I'm actually intrigued by the synergy. Usually the mob stories and the hospital political stories feel like two different shows, but Sidwell is bridging the gap. He's got Laura under his thumb, he's got Willow in his pocket, and he's got Jason and Sunny gunning for him. It's messy, and I love mess. But I have to say, seeing Jason so determined to wipe Cullum off the map just makes me anxious. We know Steve Burton is leaving. We know it. So is this fatal outcome going to be fatal for the bad guys? Or is it going to backfire? Are we setting up Jason taking the fall? Or going on the run? Or, God forbid, dying again? Please. Not the tunnel collapse. Again, I can't handle the dust. And poor Diane Miller. Can we give it up for Diane? The woman is the spine of this show. She's at the law office, pushing Alexis to give Sunny a heads up about something. Probably legal trouble or the Sidwell mess, but Alexis is too. Distracted by Laura's press conference. Diane is always the smartest person in the room. Always. If people just listened to Diane, half the problems in Port Charles would be solved by lunch. But no, Alexis is going to get blindsided by Laura, and Sunny is going to go off half-cocked with Jason. And Diane will be left to clean up the mess with a martini in hand. And I will be cheering for her the whole time. I do feel for Alexis, though. She's been trying so hard to find her footing. And Laura. Oh, Laura. I love Jeannie Francis, but I hate seeing Laura so helpless. Remember the Laura who took down the Cassidines? Where is she? Why is she letting a guy named Ezra boss her around? I get that the blackmail is bad, but Laura usually finds a way. This feels like she's totally trapped, and throwing Alexis under the bus to prop up Willow is just... it's low. It's a low blow. And let's be real, Willow as a congresswoman is the most hysterical thing GH has done in years. Imagine the campaign posters. Vote for Willow, she'll take care of you whether you want her to or not. Willow Kane, tough on crime, soft on drugging her husband. I'm sorry, I'm just never going to get over this. Okay, deep breath. Let's talk about something a little lighter. Or, well, more romantic. Maybe Isaiah Gannon and Portia Robinson. So Isaiah is doting on Portia at GH. He's doing the whole your wish is my command thing. And look, I want to like Isaiah. I really do. He's handsome, he seems charming. And Portia deserves some happiness after the absolute train wreck that was her marriage to Curtis. And let's not even mention the Taggart situation right now, my heart can't take it. But am I the only one who is suspicious of everyone new who walks into this town? Isaiah seems too perfect. He's practically begging for Trina's blessing. The spoilers say he's going to seek Trina out probably Thursday leading into Friday and ask for her permission to be with her mom. On paper, sweet. In Port Charles, suspicious. Trina is my girl. I've watched her grow up literally through the recasts and everything, and she has the best instincts of anyone in that family. If Trina is hesitant, I am hesitant. The spoilers say Trina might not be willing to give it yet, but Isaiah might make some progress. I don't know. Part of me wants Portia to just have a nice boyfriend who buys her flowers and doesn't have a secret life as a mob enforcer or a sleeper agent. But this is General Hospital. If Isaiah is just a nice doctor, he'll be boring and gone in 6 months. If he's got a secret, he'll stick around. Does anyone else feel like Isaiah might be connected to the Sidwell stuff? Or maybe I'm just paranoid because everyone seems connected to Sidwell right now. But if he hurts Portia or Trina, I am going to be writing a very strongly worded letter to the writers. Portia has been through enough. Let her have some fun. But back to the main event, the Friday cliffhanger. You know they're going to end the episode on Laura's press conference. They have to. We're going to get Laura stepping up to the mic, Alexis watching with a proud smile, thinking her name is coming. And then Laura says Willow Kane. Cut to Alexis's face, shock. Cut to Willow's face, terror. Cut to Drew's face, drooling on a pillow somewhere. It's going to be a disaster, and I am seated for it. I think what frustrates me, and I know I'm not alone here, is that GH has this habit of taking characters we love and twisting them into unrecognizable shapes for the sake of the plot. Willow was the moral compass. She was the one who cried over everything because she cared too much. Now she's a calculating, hostage-holding politician. I mean, I kind of respect the audacity. It's better than her just crying about Michael all day. But it's such a sharp left turn that I feel like I have whiplash. And poor Michael. Wait, do I feel bad for Michael? No, actually I don't. Michael has been insufferable lately, so maybe he deserves a wife who is secretly a supervillain. They make a weirdly good match now that she's gone dark. And let's talk about Jason and Sunny one more time. The fatal outcome. The wiping Cullum off the map. We are definitely building toward a huge explosion, maybe literal, maybe metaphorical. With Jason leaving, I feel like the Sidwell-Cullum plot is the vehicle for his exit. Maybe Jason takes the fall for killing Cullum to protect Sunny or Laura. Maybe he has to go underground to protect Britt if she was still around RIP, but you know what I mean, protect someone else. It just feels heavy. Every scene with Jason and Sunny now feels like a countdown. I'm savoring them even if they are just talking about killing people in hushed tones in the back of a coffee shop or warehouse. It's classic GH.